Hi, and welcome to our live stream for AMA for the 2020 Vision Hack. Hi, I'm Paul Wheels from ADLINK, and thanks for joining us today. So, first of all, what's the objective of the hack? ADLINK and Intel are looking to find solutions to industrial problems using vision as a sensor. And we have 4 themes that we'd like for you to choose from. Here are the themes.
Let's take a look at the computer vision themes for the 2020 Vision Hack. Manufacturers leverage powerful, real-time data from the IoT to increase uptime, perform preventative maintenance, enhance productivity, improve mobile accessibility, and a host of other benefits, like fault detection and enabling higher quality production and quality inspection. Distribution businesses have requirements for asset management, business process efficiencies, and new business models. Considerations like warehouse management, tracking and tracing assets in real time, security and transparency, monitoring asset movement within and around the facility to prevent theft or the misplacement of goods. Workplace safety. Thousands of workers die in industrial accidents each year in the world, and a huge amount suffer from non-fatal work-related injuries. Workers, employers, and insurance companies collectively face billions of dollars of direct and indirect costs due to industrial accidents, and individuals suffer unnecessarily. For example, think about personal protective equipment, PPE detection, ensure people are wearing the correct equipment for hazardous environments. Fall detection, enable identification and notification systems when workers experience injury or equipment is damaged. The energy sector is adopting the use of computer vision to enable smarter, automated, and more effective sensor data collection. Actionable data available when and where it needs to be. Example uses are wind energy producers identifying maintenance such as dirt accumulation on wind turbines, dead insects, and cracks in foundations or towers. In mines, automatic detection of anomalies in mines, for example leaks, fires, smoke, or even production blocks.
So they're the themes, this is the opportunity for you to ask us any questions. So whichever platform you're on, be it LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, please do ask questions in comments, and we'll answer them in real time. But what's the prizes for the hack? What's the opportunity for you? So let's have a look at the prize that you can win.
Phase 1 winners will receive an ADLINK Visi AI Developer Kit, which is a bundle of powerful hardware and software to build your prototype with. The hardware is a Smart 2 board, which is industrial ready. It has a 4GB RAM, an Intel Atom 3940 CPU, and an Intel Myriad X VPU, so plenty of power for AI vision. The Visi AI also has very intuitive software included with it, the ADLINK Edge platform, which has vision tools, and OpenVINO and Node-RED included. As a Phase 2 team member, you will also receive direct support from Intel and ADLINK whilst you develop your prototype, so don't worry about support. The final prize. The winning team will win a cash prize of $10,000, but we don't stop there. An amazing opportunity to collaborate with ADLINK to validate the prototype with the market. That will include support and create marketing material like a press release, a promo video, a use case, a solution brief, and the support with organising meetings to validate your prototype with the market. This gives you a great foundation to really push forward in making an impact with your prototype. I think you agree this prize could be life-changing for you and your team, so good luck.
So they're the prizes, and we've also actually got an additional prize, which we just launched at the beginning of this week, that if you make your submission before Saturday, you can actually be in the chance of winning one of 10 Intel Neural Stick 2s. All you need to do is share some information.
Paul, you went mute there.
There's also an additional prize to win, thanks Steve, where you can win an Intel Neural Stick 2. And all you need to do is share I'm in it to win it with my submission for hashtag 2020 Vision Hack, hashtag OpenVINO, hashtag Visi AI, or you, with a picture of yourself in front of your computer terminal, and add the URL for whichever social platform you share it with into your submission, and 1 of 10 winners will win an Intel neural stick as well. So, guys, thanks very much for joining us. We have Pete Logan from Intel. He's Intel Machine Learning Architect. Pete, thanks for joining us. Niels Korsty from ADLINK, my colleague, who is Director of Products at Edge Solutions. We also have Chai Yong-bu from Intel, who's in Intel Industrial Solutions, and Weng Wei Chin from Intel Solutions Manager as well in Industrial. And Steve Kamish, VP of Edge Solutions. Guys, thanks for joining us and helping answer some questions today. So, as I said, if you do have any questions in regards to the hack, please do put them in the comments on whichever platform you're using, and we will answer those live. We've got a couple of questions come through already. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first question is, in submissions, while submitting PowerPoint, do we add snapshots of results obtained? I'll answer this one. So the submissions, we just want you to be able to submit in the use case format using the templates that is on Hacker Earth website, which is broken down to the problem, the solution, the return of investment, and the social tell as well. And the social tell is about the impact, positive and negatives, to be considered with your proposal. It's not necessarily about the technical side. If you do want to add snapshots of results obtained, that's great, but it's not totally necessary. What we really want to understand is the problem and how you believe you can solve it, and what the potential return of investment is. The return of investment doesn't necessarily need to be a commercial return of investment. It could be time saved, lives saved, less injuries, and so on. So that's on the hack. Okay, if there's any other further questions on the chats, please do fire them through. We've got a couple of ones that we had come through from a questionnaire that we sent out to everybody through Hacker Earth. We've got what worker safety theme problems are there apart from PPE? Weng Wei, I was wondering if you could answer that question.
Hi, yeah. Hi, yeah. I think there are a lot of, from industrial standpoint, right? There are some other use case example other than the PPE. If you look at today, right, there are some use case example if you want to detect social distancing within the workspace area, could be some of the team that you can actually look at. And also example like some of the hazardous area within the industrial area, you can actually also apply vision or AI solution as part of the detection or give alert to increase the workspace safety, within the environment that we work with. So these are some of the team that you can actually look at as well, other than the PPE.
So things like how can people interact more closely with robots? Quite often with industrial robots, there are light beams that your limbs cross as you interact in a workspace. You've got to clear out of that area before some automatic action happens. That doesn't necessarily need to be always the case. Light beams are a very sort of dumb solution, whereas being able to detect where a robot's arm is in space in relation to a worker's limbs is potentially a use case. But also, for low power edge hardware, it's fine to install on vehicles. So, who am I backing into in a forklift truck? Could be an obvious one.
Yeah, there's actually
brilliant. Thanks, Pete.
everywhere.
I really appreciate that. Okay, we have another question come through. just bring it through on here now. From Summit, if I lack hardware set up to build product, can I make similar prototyping alternative? Steve Camish, would you like to just advise everybody on what you get if you get progressed through to phase 2?
Yeah, sure. So, Paul, thanks. Obviously, what we're going to do is pick 10 winners that we think have got a great chance of building a solution and support them through that. And as part of that, you'll get the Busy AI product from ADLINK, which is an Intel CPU, GPU, and it also includes the Maria. So you'll get hardware to be able to build your prototype. And of course, we'll help support you with that. And of course, this is just a developer board. And as we go towards validating the product in the market, we'll look for appropriate ADLINK hardware there too, that we can then move that solution to for the various different scenarios that prototype would be able to be deployed in. So plenty of support from ADLINK on hardware. And of course, if you get through to the next stage, we will give you a device to allow you to do that prototype.
Brilliant, thanks, Steve. And I mean, the ADLINK VisiEye kit is a really great, and it's exactly what we've built this for, is for building the prototypes. And then with the software, with the ADLINK Edge software, you can then very easily scale onto other more industrial grade hardware. So you will also get an awful lot of support from the ADLINK and Intel team as a phase 2 winner through a Slack channel. So you'll have direct contact with some very specialists in the OpenVINO side, Intel hardware, and the ADLINK Edge software team as well. So, going through that 7-week prototype building, you will get an awful lot of direct support as well for that. Okay, let's take another question. Okay, what classifies as social good? What kind of impact is considered a social impact? If it helps a small amount of people in a small industry, does that count? Steve, I think this is around sort of the question of the social till. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, sure, Paul. I mean, there's so many opportunities with vision for how we can make that better for so many people in different forms of life. So we're really out looking for, what ideas are out there, whether they're for small companies and small opportunities as you think about them. That may be where you think today, but it could be that we validate that with the market. There's just a much bigger impact for that, and there's a lot of interest around that particular story. So what I would say is, if you've got an idea, put it into the hack, and obviously we'll then judge it. But don't not submit it because you don't think it's big enough right now. It may start the form of some bigger and better idea that we can work together as a team on.
Brilliant, thank you, Steve.
And do you guys have?
Can you share some examples of problems in manufacturing? Oh. Sorry, go on, Pete.
Sorry, Paul. Do you guys have any broad sort of areas like medicine, environment, STEM for student training that qualify as social good areas of study or concentration?
Yeah, so Pete, I guess as an organisation, ADLINK obviously has its foundation, which we use to support, people to increase their access to basically employment and so on. We've got lots of good programs within ADLINK to do that too. Just like I know Intel does too, right? It's very positive for the world and for people. And what I would say is, in this hack, we're really focused on, can we make a difference with vision? So yes, medical is always a great place. We work at already in industry in kind of that technology with vision. But we're looking for opportunities in particular the theme areas that we've highlighted today, just for this hack. Who knows what for a future hack?
Mm-hmm.
That answer your question, Pete?
Thanks, yeah. Cheers, Steve.
Brilliant, thanks, guys. Okay, so next question is, can we share some examples of problems in manufacturing? Can I pass that over to Chai to answer?
Sure. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot, right? Nowadays, as you can see, when the factory owner and the manufacturing people, they are trying their all the way, right, to uplifting their manufacturing capability to the next level of automation capability. There's actually a lot of area that is being discovered as exploring now in the industrial, right? For example, a lot of the AI has been deployed. Artificial intelligence technology, what I mean, in the manufacturing environment for improved quality, defect detection, improved quality for the product. This is underneath the manufacturing line, as well as some of this process efficiency improvement, where they are using different type of, for example, camera that is able to do this adjustment correction on this manufacturing processes, so that they are achieving the kind of productivity level, and then with a very high level of the yield, right? Make use of all these resources underneath that factory production line, right? And then this is the manufacturing processes efficiency improvement. And also there are actually more, right, for people to do, for example, instead of talking about preventive maintenance, they're talking about predictive maintenance by using different type of model or algorithm that's able to understand different type of sensor data or machines information, right? They are able to do a much better manage predictive maintenance in the manufacturing environment, so that they only shut down for maintenance when it is necessary, right? With the data from the machine. And actually more for worker safety, as well as for workers behavioral monitoring. All those actually are new problems that we can improve using this technology nowadays. And it's actually a lot of talk about this use of the technology to solve this manufacturing problem, so that they can get a better efficiency, a better yield, and the return of investment right in the future.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think
Brilliant,
the other.
Yep.
Yeah, just want to add on a little bit, right? On in the manufacturing environment, one of the challenges is that how do we, improve the system uptime that used for productivity, right? So in this case, by using a vision solution, right, you can actually avoid the traditional method of tuning the recipe by using the machine. Instead, now in using the AI approach, you can actually offline collecting the data and then create an AI model that can help you to do the inspection automatically, right? In this case, the advantage is that you do not block down the system time that to do the engineering work, but instead you are returning those time to do the production. So I think this is one huge advantage by applying a vision solution to the manufacturing.
Brilliant, thank you. Niels, do you have anything further to add?
Yeah, sure. So I think a lot of the themes have been handled. So we talked about worker safety already. We talked about quality inspection, defect inspection. We talked about improving efficiency. We talked about preventive maintenance to reduce downtime. And I think one item there maybe to mention is also the idea of sensor fusion. So when you think about using the camera to the vision as a sensor to detect all these situations, there's also things like combining that vision data with maybe temperature or vibration, and actually combining these sensors and be able to draw conclusions out of that using AI. Some of it is maybe can just be programmed manually, but I think that's also an important aspect to consider. Also going forward, that's something that we see more and more, that trend of sensor fusion.
And Niels, I guess the key thing there is just to mention with the ADLINK Edge on this and the software you get on the Busy AI that we've thought about that. So people don't have to go out and design lots of software here to make these solutions work. If you get Busy to play with the software, you'll see how we take vision and can make decisions with that based on other apps, but also we've got ways to ingest other types of data too to help make them decisions. So in the hack, you'll be supported with, thinking about how extra data you might need alongside your vision to make to make your prototype really work and have a real action.
Yep, great point, Steve. You're absolutely right. And ADLINK Edge has connectors for all kinds of field-based protocols like Modbus, OpenCOA, etc. to help you with that.
Okay.
Brilliant, thanks, guys. We've got a question come through from Summit. Can we consider agricultural product industry be considered as industry problems? Steve, would you like to take that one?
Yeah, so I guess it depends on in the theme of this hack. A lot of agricultural problems are similar. So what I would say is I don't know the specifics of the problem, but we do know that if you're doing quality inspection, that could be on quality inspection of goods in agriculture too. Submit it. Submit it if it's a great idea. Obviously, we could be interested, but try and keep it along the theme of what's in the hack already would be great. Okay.
Brilliant, thank you. And we also have a question come through from Pratyush. Can we do multiple submissions? Steve, do you want to take that one?
You can do multiple submissions, no problem, but please submit them separately so they can be evaluated separately. We have a number of people who will evaluate the solutions, and obviously they get sent to their specialism. So if you've got a different submission, different types of ideas, then it helps us to do the administration.
Brilliant, thanks, Steve. Well, that's us pretty much out of time now. Thanks very much for all the questions. You do have access to the Discord forum for continued direct support from the Intel team and ADLINK team. That is the URL, which can also be found on the 2020 Vision Hack Hacker Earth page as well. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Thanks very much for your support and sharing your insight. It's really appreciated, and I'm sure everybody appreciates it as well. And on that, thanks very much, and look forward to reading your submissions. And goodbye.